Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rocket Entertainment, a series where we discuss all things in the entertainment industry. That means anything from movies, TV shows, books, and music. Today, we're going to be talking about Demon Slayer. Want to get us started?
Whoop, whoop. I'm ready. Let's do it. Dude. Demon Slayer season... Oh, wait. Not season 4, but the Swordsmith Village arc. Alright.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was.
We came in watching it a couple weeks after it aired. We waited till the whole thing was out and then we watched it all at once.
Yeah.
So we've heard about other people's opinions before we actually watch it ourselves. And I saw a lot of people were saying that they didn't like the ending, or like how they did some of the Ashura that were in it.
Huh. Are you for real?
Yeah, they said that they didn't like how Morichiro was done in the show versus the comics or the manga. Personally, I've never read the manga, so I don't know the difference. But I thought they did a pretty good job. Like, I thought all this animation was done very well. He had cool fight scenes.
Yeah, I mean, his fight scenes were honestly, like, probably some of the best, like, in this season, I think, that we've seen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think so far. I mean, just, like... Well, yeah, I think his whole character, just to begin with, is super interesting because he's, like... You kind of look at him and he seems really aloof, but, like...
Yeah.
It's just because he doesn't... like, I guess remember who he is or was or
yeah, he has amnesia
something. Yeah, and then like at the very end of the season, he finds out who he is, and like he just pops off. Like he becomes even more cracked than he was. I'm like, dang, son. Like, and just watching him go, I'm like, shoot, if this is what he's like now, like I can't wait to see what he's like in the future. Like he was insane.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I think that people were saying the animation, or not the animation, but like the fight scenes were cut way short compared to the manga, which is interesting because I think it fell in line pretty evenly with the rest of the story that was going on at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've only seen it once, but I didn't feel like. I mean, I felt like we got a little bit more story. I felt like at times more than anything.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was paced very evenly, though. Like, I didn't feel like it was... I don't know. I felt like it was perfect, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. A thing that I thought was really interesting, though, was that in the previous seasons, like Entertainment District Arc and Mugen Train, we had like a couple episodes, like 3 or 4, where we had a bunch of backstory. And this one, it felt like episode 3, we were already into the action. We were already fighting the demons that we were going to be fighting, which is really cool.
No, that's a good point. And also, I feel like something I really enjoyed about this season, personally, was the fact that, like, they didn't really spend that long on, like, giving the demons a backstory. Like, whereas with, I don't know, with, like, Gyutaro and Daki, and like they had a whole episode basically dedicated to themselves, and like when you watch it the first time, it's like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. But then by the second or third time, you're like, okay, let's just end the season. Like let's get this over with. But I liked how they did it this season. It was different because each time it was like only just a little bit. Like it was like maybe a 2-minute clip or like 30 seconds of where we just see what happens to the, like, or why they became a demon or how their life was so terrible or whatever. Oh, go for it.
Yeah, and I think it was a little more spread out too. Like we used to get a whole just backstory dump, but I feel like in this one we got like clips here and there of the backstories as we were watching. It wasn't all at once. I feel like it was taking up a lot of time, like it usually does.
Yeah, and I really liked Muzan's backstory, because normally I feel like we get the backstory of the demon whenever the demon dies, like right away.
Yeah.
But like to have his backstory happen before they even like fight him ever, like I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, I thought it was so unique. I was like, this is different. So I'm really excited for like what they're gonna do in the future. and like just showing how powerful Muzan really was. Like,
yeah,
and he's been alive for like forever. I don't know how long. I can't remember how long he's been a demon for. But
another thing I thought was cool was the first episode where we got to see the entirety of Infinity Castle and Akaza going through it.
Oh, dude, I forgot that was part of it. To be honest,
that was so good. And getting to see number 1.
Yeah, Koko Shibu. Yeah. Oh, brother. Like, you can just tell he's only been in it for at least like 10 seconds, and you can just tell this dude is an absolute menace. Like, this dude is so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I remember watching that like in the theater with the whole like thing, and I just the whole animation for that was crazy awesome. But then not only that, like, it was just like so cool seeing all the upper demons like together. Like I just like, and actually learning like their names, and like we didn't really see their powers, but like just seeing them alone was just like, oh, like it's getting real now. Like we have these nice little flowery guys, like the really weak guys, but now these dudes are strong. Like these dudes are an absolute just like they're menaces. So it was just really cool to see them all together.
Oh yeah, totally. So how did you feel about the demon for this season? I guess there were two. How do you feel about both of them compared to the ones we've gotten previously?
Yeah. So you know, I don't know. I mean, they were both powerful, but I think, I don't know, something about it made me feel like I would have rather had, like, I felt like Daki and Gyutaro would have been better than them.
Like in a fight?
Yeah, like I feel like I would have rather had like Daki and Gyutaro. Like if I had to choose one of them to be on my team, I'm taking them over those two.
That's probably true. I think a lot of it is because we haven't seen, I mean, we didn't really see what they could do exactly. Like with Daki and Gyutaro, we saw like every single one of their abilities, and we saw them fight. But I feel like with the hand guy, the hand demon, we didn't really see anything. We kind of saw in a pot. Oh, the pot demon. Yeah, sorry, the pot demon.
Yeah, the pot. I was like, hand?
Yeah, sorry, that's a wall area. But yeah, the pot. We didn't really see anything. We just saw him pop some bubbles out, you know, get some fish. Nothing too crazy.
Turned into some sort of like snake-like fish or whatever, and then that was
useful, I guess. I'm just like,
I was like, oh, I didn't expect that, I guess, and then.
And then same with the other guy, the guy that can split. I'm like, he can split, cool. But once they figured out about that lightning and everything, it was done. Like they had won pretty much.
Yeah. Plus, I'm also sitting here like, oh my gosh, they split up like into 4 things. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then they just keep splitting it and splitting it and splitting it. And I'm kind of like, by the 8th guy, I'm not really surprised anymore. I'm just kind of like, this feels kind of redundant. Like,
I
don't know. Yeah, but I mean, I thought they were cool, and I thought the way their animation was done was, I thought they looked great and everything.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't really feel like they were that strong, just because, like you said, we didn't really get to see their full power, I guess.
Yeah. So, how did you feel about the Love Hashira?
Oh my gosh, dude, it's like. Just for the memes, you know. I mean, I liked her being in it, okay?
Yeah.
And not because she's pretty or anything like that. Not because of any of that. But I just thought she was actually a good character, and like, I was really like, I kind of wish they did a little bit more backstory with her.
Yeah, I agree.
Because she was only in it for like, I think it's something me and you were talking about before we like recorded this, but like, she was only in it for like 3 scenes, it felt like. The whole time. Like, she shows up at the village. She says something nice to Tanjiro at some point.
Yep.
Then she leaves. And then she comes back. And then she's gone until like, I don't know, the end of... Until like, oh my gosh, they're almost going to get overpowered by this, the hate demon or whatever.
Yeah.
The 7th form. Whatever it is, and then like she shows up again, and then she's not in it for the rest of the time. I don't know. I just kind of like her being a Hashira. like, I just wish there was more. Because I'm like, okay, like, what makes her a Hashira? Like, why is she so good? Like, I don't know, like, I felt like we got so much with Tengen and Rengoku.
Yeah.
But in comparison, hers was just kind of, I don't know, hers kind of felt just like, okay. She's a Hashira, but we didn't really get much after that, so.
A lot, like, stuff I remember from, like, each Hashira is, like, Tengen has the 2 swords, which is really cool, and then obviously 3 wives. And then, you know, Rengoku has, like, his own fire breathing, and, like, he comes from, like, a fire breathing family. Like, those are stuff that we remember from each Hashira, and then this, all I remember from her is that she has weird colored hair and cool swords. I don't, like, we didn't really make a connection.
And she eats a lot, I guess.
Yeah, she eats those. What are those?
Like that's pretty much all I was able to pick up.
Yeah, we didn't have enough time to make like real connection with the character. I think we definitely had a lot of time with Muichiro. We got like I feel like 2 episodes of his backstory with his brother.
Yeah, which was so sad. Oh my gosh,
it was definitely one of the saddest backstories we've had in the show. I mean, that being said, I mean, we really opened on Tanjiro and his whole entire family being dead. So
that is true. Yeah.
But yeah, that is very sad. I agree.
Yeah, but I think it's funny because I feel like we're kind of at this point where like, where in the show itself, like almost everyone is a Hashira because like their whole family got murdered by a demon, like straight up. Like I think watching this season it was so funny just because it's like, oh, Muichiro, or I can never say his name,
Muichiro.
but yeah. Whole family murdered, right? In, like dead because of a demon. Then, what's his? Genya. Whole family dead because of a demon. Then, actually, Mitsuri, her family didn't die because of a demon.
Yeah,
but
true.
Her family didn't love her or something like that. I don't know. It was just pretty rough. It was like, wow, this is brutal. Like, yeah. So honestly, I'm not gonna be shocked whenever I find out like Giyu's backstory or whatever. Like, oh, whole family murdered by a demon. Let me guess. Like, I'm like, oh, it's so sad. But like, this is the 10th time that it's been murdered by a demon. So I'm kind of like, trying to figure out how much sadder can this get. Like,
I'm assuming for like Giyu, because he seems to be like the guy that's always there. But like, we haven't really gotten much about him. Like he shreds Ruby in like one swipe. But like other than that, we haven't really seen much of him. I feel like he's gonna have some connection with Fukushibu or one of these other demons. Like a connection.
I think maybe like Akaza or something, bro.
Yeah, maybe something with them that he's like, maybe he knew them like when they were a demon and he saw them do something. Or like some kind of connection
or like or that demon like specifically killed like his fiance or his wife or like something like that. Like, dang, like that would be crazy because I'm like, that would just make everything so much more intense. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. There was one thing about this season though that was that we didn't really get much of. It was like an offhand comment about Genya about how we can eat part of a demon to become like demon.
But still keeps his whole sanity and like.
Yeah. They didn't really explain that like at all.
Yeah, which is crazy because Tanjiro is just completely fine with it, while everyone else
he's like, oh,
is
it's a demon.
freaking out. Yeah, like there's just like a nod of agreement of this is happening, and like me and you were sitting here like, dude, what is going on?
Please explain, and then they don't.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. And I'm like, no, it's not. And they're like, yeah, it is. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of absurd. I mean, it was cool. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, no, it was awesome.
But I also was just, I know. It was like, what?
I assume we'll learn more, because, I mean, since his brother's in the Hashira, we'll learn more. I guess it's the next arc, right? Hashira training arc?
Yeah. Which I don't remember how they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna do that arc.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, from the name, it doesn't sound too exciting, but I guess we'll have to see. I mean, if they're making it an entire arc where they're training, it must be something good. But like I said, I don't know.
You know, I'm excited because I just want to see my boy Zenitsu. You know, because he's the GOAT. I just want to see them both again and hear. Compachiro, are you okay? Like that's really just what I'm living for right now. It's just to hear Inosuke and just don't underestimate the sheer flexibility of my body as he's gargling up blood, like straight up, like just like, oh man, I want my two main characters back, man. I need them back. I need them back in my life.
Yeah, it was a little weird because I mean I didn't really notice while we were watching that they were gone. Like I knew they were gone, but like it didn't really feel empty without them, which I thought was cool. They had enough characters to keep it fully involved without missing. I guess Zenitsu and Inosuke, which seemed to be main characters in the first couple arcs.
Yeah, dude, and I was excited because it made me think of this. I was thinking about you were saying the characters that there was enough characters that didn't really make it feel like they were missing, but like I was thinking about is it Goketsu?
Oh yeah, the
yeah,
kid?
with the kid.
Yeah.
Like I was really thinking about him because like he like helped Tanjiro train, but dude, that kid was so funny, bro.
Yeah, no, he was
like
he was
the kid was like out of pocket, just saying the craziest stuff.
Yeah, and it was like, funny how he's like just training Tanjiro, like don't eat, don't sleep, don't drink. Yeah, and it's just like okay, I see how it is.
And then when he's talking with Tanjiro, he's like, that Muitrio guy, he's like, I hope he commits seppuku, and I'm like, hey,
oh yeah, like whoa,
brother, like, I'm like, I don't even know if you can say that.
Yeah,
like, what is going on?
Like, well, you shouldn't be saying that, bro.
Yeah.
So,
and then later, when Muitrio saves him, he's like, I'm sorry I told you to do that. Or like, he's like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's like, wait, okay.
Yeah, I just thought it was so funny, dude. I was like, this kid is a riot.
Yeah. So the ending with Tanjiro having to pick between who to save, that was wild.
Dude, oh my gosh, yeah. My mouth was like just dropping, like I jaw drop, like oh my goodness. I was just like, this is absolutely insane. Yeah, because I mean, it feels like watching it, like he's like having a panic attack. Like he's like, I want to see the guys, but it's my sister. I gotta save her. Like so, he's breathing in and out. It's like having a panic attack. And I'm watching. I'm like, this is stressful to watch. Who's he going to pick? And then like when she kicks him away, and then I was like, oh no, he's dead. Dude, I know. I was so surprised that like she made the decision for him. Like I was not expecting that like at all. Like that was crazy to me. I was like, oh, like that was so insane that she just threw him off. I was like, no way, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the whole time I was like, I don't care to save these people. Just show me that Nezuko's fine. She has to be fine, right? Yeah. She has to be. Dude, oh my gosh, yeah. And then, like, he actually killed the demon on his own, which I was so happy. I was like, oh yeah, that way to go, Tanjiro. Like, you deserve that. Like, even though your sister might be dead, like, hey, way to do it. Way to do it, man. Yeah. So how would you rate this season versus the or I guess this arc, I should say, versus the other arcs? How would I rate that? Ooh, gosh. So right now, I think it's my second favorite. Okay. What would be? I only say that right now because I haven't seen it. I've only seen it through all the way once, and while I've seen the Entertainment District through many times, and I absolutely love Tengen. Tengen is like one of my favorites besides Zenitsu. Yeah. Like, and so I love the Entertainment District too, just because Tanjiro starts using more of like the sun breathing. Yeah. And it's just so like, oh, it's so cool. It's just like, oh, he's unlocking his true potential, basically. Yeah, exactly. And when we see like Doki's like memory that's not hers, is like, who is this guy? Oh, dude. Bro, like, that's so crazy. Awesome. We kind of got the same thing in this season with Yoriichi in the back as well. Yeah, cool. when Tanjiro starts off and does the Sun Halo Dragon like attack form, they're all like, who is this swordsman? And they're like, oh my, yo, it's that Miss Yoriichi. Like, oh my gosh, I was so hyped. I was so like, let's go.
So you put Entertainment District first, and then Christmas Village, and then how would you rate the other two? Season 1 and Mugen Train.
I would probably put Mugen Train like the next one, and then I would probably say the first season. But honestly, like when we say first season, we're pretty much just including like Unwavering, Resolve arc, and you know,
all the
other ones.
Arc,
yeah,
Retopulation.
there's just so many small arcs, so we're combining them. But like, yeah, I would choose the Mugen Train arc because I also just love Rengoku, and like being able to see Akaza like is really cool. Like that fight scene is just amazing. But I really like the first season, but I like it just because of knowing what comes like in the following seasons. You know, like how it's going to how everything is building off of what we get to see in the first season and everything. And so like going from watching like Rui, like the Rui fight, and being like, wow, this is a long fight, like this guy is strong, to then watching him fight like the demon now, I'm like, oh, this guy is strong. Like like there's comparison. So like I just love being able to see the growth of it all. Like I that's like one of my favorite aspects of it. So
yeah, that makes sense. So my list is I have Swordsman's Village first, and I'll say why in a bit. Second, I have season 1. That's my second. Third, I have Entertainment District, and then fourth, I have Mugen Train.
Huh. We have a lot different ones than I thought we were going to.
Yeah. So I have Swordsman's Village first because pretty much exactly what you said. That's all building up to, it seems like, one of these moments. Like when he does the Sun, Fire, Halo, Dragon Dance, or whatever it's called, that was that was amazing. Yeah. Like that felt like all he's been learning has led up to like that moment. He kills pretty much the demon by himself.
Yeah.
Like, upper rank, what is he, 5? 4?
He was 5, I think.
Yeah,
maybe?
So he pretty much did that by himself. I mean, I guess a little help from Nezuko and his energy.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was really cool. And with Mauriccio's backstory, and then having the fight scenes with less backstory from the demons, I feel like those just put together very well compared to the other seasons.
Yeah.
And the reason why I have season 1, secondly, is because the Rui fight, it's been my favorite fight since the beginning.
Yeah, it's just so good.
It's just too good. I mean, he pretty much, like, it soloed Rui. I say soloed again, but obviously Nezuko was there. But he pretty much beat him. I mean, he just did that weird, that dumb trick with his thread to keep his head on.
Yeah.
But it was just like, this is first season. He's had barely any training, and he's already shredding it a 12 Kizuki? Like, that's insane. And then, I mean, when he couldn't finish it off, and Hugh comes in and just says, "Oh yeah, 11th form, by the way."
Yeah,
we're like, wait, 11th?
There's more. Like,
yeah.
I thought there was only 10. What do you mean? There's 11 forms?
Yeah, I just feel like that moment alone, it was just too good. So then I put Entertainment District third because while Tengen was okay, it was good. The demons were really good. The Donkey and Guitar are really good. I just felt like everything leading up to the fight was super slow. Like,
oh, but I love that though.
Yeah, but like I felt like they were separated, each in their own area, trying to look for the demon. I just felt like it felt a little out of place to me. And I've watched it a couple times, and I feel like I just want to skip to when they fight Donkey. Like I don't feel that watching the first couple seasons when he's training all that. But like watching Demon Trigger, I'm like, I want to skip to when they fight. I don't really care, which is weird. But I just feel like, I don't know. It's something that I didn't really enjoy. Well, I mean, those characters that I liked, and I liked seeing them the first time. I thought it was really good. But then watching it over and over again, like you said with the even backstory, I wouldn't rewatch them entering the district and them being sold off and all that. I wouldn't watch that again.
See, I enjoyed that part. I think, like, I mean, I really liked it just because, like, the whole concept, like, when they're going into this, mission is, like, they know that the demon is there, but they have no idea where the demon actually is.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like I mean, it wasn't like a spy or detect. it was kind of like a detective type thing going on, where they're trying to discover the whereabouts of like of the demon, and I don't know, I just something about that just I really enjoyed. Like I thought it was really different than before, where you know like the first couple seasons you just kind of show up and like, oh, the demon's right there, go kill him.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's just I think it's purely different. Like if it was like that every season, I don't think I would like it as much. But because it's just unique, that's why I think I have a greater appreciation for that part of the story.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's also kind of the reason why I have Mugen Train last, is because I'm not a huge fan of Rengoku. I mean, he's really cool. Like,
I mean, like, set your heart ablaze, why don't you?
No, yeah, set your heart ablaze. Like, he has some really cool moments and really good lines. But I feel like overall, we didn't get much of him, like, at all. We got so much of Tengen, so much of these other Hashira that we got none of him. Like, I didn't really have a chance to be like, oh, this guy's awesome before he dies. Like, when he's fighting Akaza, I'm like, okay, he's saying he's going against number 2. But there's a couple of lines Akaza says that makes you think that he's not going his full. He's like, I want you to join me. Join me in the demon. We can do, like, whatever together. I'm like, okay, if he's saying that, he's not trying to go for the kill. He's trying to just test him out to see what he's doing. And I feel like a Hashira of Rengoku's stature should be a little bit better than that. Granted, he's number 2, okay? Or number 3.
Number 3.
I realize he's number 3. He's really powerful. And Rengoku did do quite a bit against him. But I felt like it was a little underwhelming. And him dying just didn't impact as much because I didn't really get to know him as much as I would another character. And everything besides the fighting Enmu and fighting Akaza just didn't feel right. Like everyone was asleep in their own mind. And then we only got pretty much Inosuke and Tanjiro fighting Enmu. Zenitsu just didn't really do anything besides, you know, slice up the
Nezuko.
Exactly. Like, it didn't feel like no one did anything. It just felt like it was just kind of there just to be there. So that's why I have it last.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I think it makes sense. I think that's a fair assessment of number 2. Or not number 2, of the Mugen Train arc. But yeah, I mean that pretty much sums it up. I mean, I don't have any other thoughts that come to mind, honestly.
I think we got it all out. As always, if you want us to do any subject, just let us know down in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Adios.